Oh, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. And I'm going to throw this out there because I have people ask, why Ask That Podcast? Back, matter of fact, as of recording the third episode, it would be 10 years ago, the third episode of Ask That hit the airways. It was a podcast, audio podcast I did for, I got 29 episodes got released. There was actually 34, 35 actually recorded. And it was a podcast. It was a pop culture podcast. And it started, every episode would start off, we'd have like about a 15, 20-minute talk on some subject. Different things like toys we grew up with, stuff like that. Sometimes the fans write in and give us ideas. The middle section would usually be like a movie or something we covered. And then the end, what media we consumed. Well, when I wanted to create an email address, people could email. So I created the asshapodcast@gmail.com email address. Which meant at the time, I had created a YouTube channel. Well, I never did nothing with the YouTube channel for the longest time. In a few years, I was like, So it's the podcast ended, and it ended for multiple reasons. Two of them are the two main co-hosts. One of them she was not working at the time we started, my friend Niles. She got a job, just didn't have the time, and plus the time difference made it really hard for her and I to record. When I recorded with her, I would have to get up at like 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning to record, because that was when she had free time. And the other person I did it with was a friend of mine who we just don't talk anymore. I've known him forever. We would record, and he is not a very much of a computer guy, so he could not figure out how to work Skype, because we use Skype. So I paid for Skype Premium and would call his phone. Well, he moved into a new place, and for the first first month, he was not going to have a phone. So, and I was just like, you know what? And Cody, yes, I know you would have definitely filled in as a good permanent host. But there's times where I'd want to recover stuff that I knew you're not into, sir. Like comics and certain films. So I was also getting burnt out. Because I was doing one episode a week. First, August did one episode a week, September. October, we did 2 a week. November, same thing. December, then January, same thing. February, okay. May is when the show ended. And by then, I was doing about 1 a month. And I was burnt out. So as that podcast transferred over here to YouTube, and it's the same spirit. And I have had other people on. So far, we've had Back 32 has done a couple episodes, and then we had the Newt Crate episodes where we've had let's see, my buddy the Fairchild Donovan Moore, other people on here opening up their Newt Crates. But Philip Cersei's been on here, All About Sports Network. If you love sports, go on YouTube and search for All About Sports. It's run by my buddy Philip Cersei. I've known Philip for this December will be 10 years now. December 2022 will be 10 years. Dude is huge in sports. Great guy. I'm glad he's doing well. He had some issues there for a while. Just, growing up, you know what I'm saying? He learned. He's doing really. He's a pastor. He works a full-time job. Really great guy. And that's one thing I love about Philip. I'm not a religious person at all. I call myself an atheist, which I am, but I kind of go back and forth between atheist and agnostic. Philip's a very religious person, but we get along. And we'll talk religion. Because he's learned over the years, okay, I might be an atheist, I might be a non-believer, but I have read up on, all your major religions. But let's get into what we got here. Boom! Conan the Barbarian, Marvel Treasury Edition. I think it's number 19. 1978. Look at the size of it. Let me show you something here, everybody. Now show you how big this is. See that? That's a regular size comic. This thing is huge, and that is the bag I keep it in. I remember seeing these as a kid and never bought them because they were $2 and I didn't know where to store them. But I got this not that long ago. And this is number 19. Conan Classic. All stories scripted and edited by Roy Thomas, based on tales by Conan's creator Robert E. Howard. And we got, Iron Shadows in the Moon. The Sumerian as outlaw empire against a menace older in time with art by John Buscema and Alfredo Alcala from Savage Sword of Conan number 4. So it's Savage Sword of Conan stuff bigger size and in color. A portfolio of Howard's heroes. Dave Winslow and Frank Thorne presents their version of King Kull, Red Sonja, a man called Cormac Mac. People of the Dark, a tale of Conan's youth illustrated by Alex Nino from Savage Sword number 6. And then, covered by John Buscema. And look at this art, man. I love John Buscema on Conan. This is just some gorgeous ass art, and this is such a huge book. I got 2 of these. And Conan's one of those, as a kid, I never read it. Whenever the first Conan movie came out with Schwarzenegger, I saw him. Like, oh man, Conan, and I just never picked up the comic that much. And I would look at Savage Sword of Conan in the at the magazine rack, but I always noticed like there was titties in it, and like, man, my mama finds this, she's gonna fuss. So I just never bought them, and I didn't get into Conan that much until when I moved here in 2007. It was early 2008. I was looking through like some magazine. They had an ad for the Science Fiction Book Club, and in there, this is when Dark Horse had the Conan license. They had the Savage Sword of Conan reprints. I ordered like 3 of them and one of the Dark Horse Conan trades and a Conan book, and got huge into Conan. Like Conan became my thing, and I still look at this, man. Mother of Mitra, look at that art, man. Look at the detail. And this book, I mean, it's not mint, but it's in really good shape. And I probably paid about $5. I have this one, I have another one, I have a Welcome at Cotter one that's really beat up. And I want to say the Cotter one's from DC. Mr. Cotter, and just such great art. And these, even in this shape, are not cheap anymore because they're hard as hell to find. And most of your comic shops don't have them because they're a bitch to store. And $2 in '78 was a lot, because I'll say it this way. Okay, as of right now, as of filming, late August 2020, gas is about $3.18 a gallon. And for people start bitching, before you say a damn word, the president control over the price of gas. You fucking assholes. If you're bitching about it now, why weren't you bitching in 2008? I'm sorry. Yeah, 2008 when Bush Jr. was in office and gas went up to almost $5 a gallon. No, you weren't bitching. But, okay, that's that price now. When I started driving at 15, gas was under $1 a gallon. But when this came out, gas was probably 25 cents. So this book would cost you 4 gallons of gas. But look at that art, man. And I remember this story in Savage Sword. I've got this story. Look at the Hyborian Age map. Hyperborean. Oh, shit. Krinkel, based on 33 Sonya. Oh, man, look at that. King Kull. Cormac Mac. People of the Dark. Alex Nino's got such great. Is this the one? Yeah, it's the one where the guy has the dream and goes back to Conan's time. Fuck yeah. Look at this art, man. Look at how good this is. This is one of those books that got stored away, and I just found it recently. Man, look at this. God damn. Gorgeous ass art. And I just heard Marvel has lost Conan to some other company. I don't remember who now. But the thing about Conan is he's already public domain in most countries outside the U.S. And some of the stuff is public domain in the U.S. So it ain't going to be too much longer before everything is, and Marvel just reinserted. That's why I was kind of surprised when they got the license, when Dark Horse lost it to Marvel. Marvel put him in like their mainstream stuff. Because back in the day, like the 70s and 80s, and it was what? All the way into the 90s, Barbarian Conan, yeah, he appeared in a couple issues of What If. I've got a couple of those. He might appear in Marvel Team Up. They really didn't insert him into the Marvel Universe because they knew, if we lose the rights, it's just issues we can't reprint. Well, they did it now. That's Savage Avengers, but man, it's such a gorgeous book. And I was happy to find, when I found it, I picked up immediately. I got this, there's a place in town called Vendors Emporium. It's an antique mall. You got booths. They got price tags and stuff. Got a little number on the tag. It lets people with the register know what booth it is. And, you go up to the front and buy it. Well, I've learned that this one booth always has comics. And the owner of the booth he knows comics, but he doesn't know comics. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I would have slapped $10 on this, and I would have paid it. I am looking at that price tag. I'm thinking it's $7.50. And the sad thing is, when I got this, he had a couple more. He had like a Shazam one and a couple others I really wanted. But it happened to be towards the end of the month, and I get paid at the beginning, so I could only buy, 1 or 2. And then I went back as soon as I got paid, and they were all gone. But I'm out, everybody. I hope you enjoy that. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.